let's talk a little about the equation of a tangent plane to a surface. Now, this is the equation that I use up here, but this one below here, I've seen this equation online, and when I use ChatGPT, ask it for that equation, this is the one it uses. Now, the issue here is that you may have an exam to do and you're not given a formula sheet, and you need to remember the formula. Which one should you use? Well, I'm going to tell you that they are the same formulas. In fact, this is the basic one, and this is what you should use. This one comes from this one up here. Let me explain. And by the way, before I do that, you may see it in the other notation, right? A different notation where instead of delta f by delta x, you see fx at x minus x naught, and so on and so forth. Alright? You may also see the way that ChatGPT shows it is fx at x naught y naught x minus x naught. This here means that this value should be substituted into it, but I did not bother to put it there. I don't want to crowd the screen too much. Alright, but you should understand that these values occur at the given point where you have x naught, y naught, z naught. Alright, let us say you're given a function. Let me write a general function. It says z is equal to, say, ax to the power p plus bx to the power q, and you must find the equation of the tangent plane to this surface. This represents a surface, and you must find the equation of the tangent plane. Now, let us use this one up here and substitute the values. First, you find delta f by delta x, delta f by delta y, delta f by delta z. But before you do that, you rewrite it so all of the numbers and variables are on the left, and then equal, then you have 0 on the right. What's going to happen? You're going to have ax to the p plus b x to the q. Subtract z from both sides, minus z equals 0. Alright? Now, what is delta f by delta x? Well, oh, my mistake. This should have been by to the q. Y to the q. Yeah. Alright, so some number times x to a power plus some other number times y to a power. That's what you have there. I don't want to use specific number right now. I'm just making it general. That's why I use the a, b, the p, and q. Alright? To represent those numbers. Now, what is delta f by delta x? In this case, it's going to be ap x to the p minus 1. Alright? Here, you're treating y as if it's a constant. So it goes to 0. Everything here is a constant. And you're treating z as if it's a constant. Alright? Now, what is delta f by delta y? Well, you see, same argument. It is b q y to the q minus 1. Alright? What is delta? Let me give it some space. What is delta f by delta z? Well, from looking at this, you differentiate z with respect to itself, z, you get 1. But there's a minus sign there, so it's negative 1. Alright? Now, when you put the values in this formula, you get delta f by delta x times x minus x naught. You see that? So let's write it down. Delta f by delta x is actually ap to the p minus 1. Apx to the p minus 1, x minus x naught, plus, then you're going to have delta f by delta y, y minus y naught. So, delta f by delta y is bq, y to the q minus 1, y minus y naught, plus, what else you have? You have delta f by delta s, z, z minus z naught. Alright? So, delta f by delta z is negative 1. Negative 1 times z minus z naught equal 0. Alright? So, oh, yeah, equal 0. Nice. Alright. Now, here, let me write this back. AP to the, APX to the P minus 1, X minus X naught, plus BQ, Y to the Q minus 1, Y minus Y naught, minus Z minus Z naught equals 0. Let's remove the bracket and multiply out what we have here. When you multiply by negative, when you open the bracket, the z will be negative and the z naught will be positive, right? Now, suppose you add z to both sides. Then you have it added here. Alright? So you see that? You add z to both sides. So you're going to have a minus z naught. What you need to do now is add z naught to both sides. Suppose you do that. When you add z naught to both sides, the equal sign is still there. Well, there, erase the equal sign. Yeah, the equal sign is there, yeah. So, you have z plus z naught. Alright. So let's move these things closer to here. Now what do you have? You have delta f by delta x, x minus x naught, see it here, plus delta f by delta x, x minus x naught. This is delta f by delta x, plus this was delta f by delta y, then y minus y naught equals z plus z naught. Equal, oh, hold on, give me a minute there. U minus, oh, my, made a mistake earlier. Let's backtrack before we open the bracket. Yeah, let's retrace our steps and see. You say minus z naught. And then this is up. Minus z plus z naught. If you add z to both sides, you say plus z, this goes. Then what you have to do now, well, the bracket is not there anymore. What you have to do is subtract z naught from both sides. So minus z naught, and the z naught here will go. Alright, this 0 will go as well. So let's redo this thing. So you have equal z minus z naught. If you should put this on the right, it would look exactly. Alright, let's not interfere with that. If you should put this on the left, let's put this on the left then. Alright, and instead of the equal sign being here, you make it equal to here. And let's get rid of this plus sign. Okay, so now you have it. And remember, let's rewrite these parts as delta f by delta x or y or z. Alright, so you have z minus z naught equal delta f by delta x, x minus x naught, plus delta f by delta y, y minus y naught. So z minus z naught is equal to delta f by delta x, x minus x naught, plus delta f by delta y, y minus y naught. So you see the reason now why you sometimes see this equation instead of this equation. This will arise when you have z equal something happen to x and something happen to y, and then you rewrite it as everything on the left equal 0. Alright? Everything on one side equal 0 on the other side. So this is the formula that you should remember. And as I said before, once you practice, you will remember this formula. It takes a similar shape as saying z is equal. Remember the basic formula. Delta z is equal to delta z by delta x times a small change in x plus delta z by delta y. Delta z by delta y times a small change in y. Remember that formula there. Here, this small change, you can consider it to be the x minus x naught. X minus x naught. And this small change out here, you can consider it to be y minus y naught. And then here, what you have is z minus z naught. Right? That's why you have the formula written sometimes like this. Alright? You can remember it in this form, but remember this now is the basic form. X, y, and z. You have the derivative of one variable times the change in that variable, plus derivative of the other variable times the change in that variable, plus derivative of the next variable times the change in that variable equals 0. So you remember it in this form, or you can develop from the basic formula that I showed you a little earlier and use this. Alright? So that will be it for now. I'll see you in the next video.